Good morning. May all of us feel gratitude for this little bit of rain. We certainly need it. Our earth needs it. You know, over the years, I find that I'm constantly surprised by some feedback that I get from people who listen to my messages. Sometimes it's very surprising, and I've learned that the fact is people don't always hear exactly what I think they're going to hear or what I thought I have said. I remember it must have been back in 2009, right after the big financial crash and bank bailouts and all that. Our economy was in the toilet and everybody was feeling pretty awful about it. And I'd read something in Reader's Digest that I thought was humorous, so I kind of included it in my talk, and I said, yeah, it's been pretty tough. I said, things nobody knows, just like the other day I got a letter from PG&E and said at the end of the month they were shutting off the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, I thought that was humorous. However, after church, 3 different people asked me if they could speak with me privately. So I did, and each one of those 3 people offered to loan me money so I could pay PG&E. So I have to be a little careful. But not to play on words, but here we are after this 14-month pandemic dark tunnel. There seems to be a light at the end of the tunnel. And part of that light at the end of the tunnel is starting Mother's Day, we're going to start having real in-person church again. May 9th, 11 a.m., right here. You're all invited. But I'd like to think a little differently about that, about the light at the end of the tunnel. Especially over this last 14 months, my friends, we, you and me, have been the light at the end of many pretty dark tunnels. In spite of the pandemic, we decided to shine our light a little brighter, and we remodeled the Rose Cottage. And starting at the end of August, there are 6 people who were living in their car, and that was a pretty dark tunnel. And starting in August, they had a home. And every one of us in some way participated in that whole concept, that whole project, making that light shine bright. Some of us had some skill and some labor to share. Some had a little bit extra money to share. But everyone had enthusiasm and encouragement to share, to make that light burn bright in spite of the pandemic. In spite of the fact that we don't have a lot of money. It happened. That light shined brightly in August. It's shining brightly today. Some other dark tunnels that I can think of were these last 14 months. I could be wrong, but I believe that Church of the Oaks has been the only place where 12-step meetings could be held indoors. Social distancing, masks, but we still provided the place. During the nice weather, they chose to meet out in the yard. That's good, but they had a place. We held the space. We held the consciousness. We held the energy. We kept the light on, like Tom Bodett. I was talking a few weeks ago about Tom Bodett at Motel 6. He leaves the light on. We left the light on. And a person who played a big role in that was Tracy McLean. Tracy made sure that there was a meeting here every day, 7 days a week at 2 o'clock. He made sure that the doors were open, made sure there was someone here to mentor and support. Because I'll tell you what, the people that come to our programs, they've come to terms with that thing, addiction, ugly, dark tunnel. And they're putting forth huge effort. And it's a really tough journey. And they're doing it. And I like to think we make it a little easier because we leave the light on. Those meetings are still going on. As the restrictions are decreased, I'm sure we'll have more of our meetings back. We used to host like 20 meetings a week. And right now there's about 9. I heard from someone the other day that there'll soon be 10. But folks, we have been and will continue to be the light at the end of the tunnel in so many of the dark tunnels of our community. When we all get back together, I'm anxious. I'm on fire. I'm excited. I hope we can all focus every week on being the light at the end of the dark tunnels in our society. Humanity, 7.5 billion people are in a dark tunnel about survival of millions of species, ours being one of them. We need to be a light and help people become aware and understand there are things that each one of us can do to mediate that problem. We can do a little less consumption. We can be a little more thoughtful. We just throw stuff away. We can all learn new ways to live in harmony with nature, live in harmony with each other. We are the light. And the more we come together, and the more we work at it, and put forth our intention, just like we did in the Rose College, just like we're keeping up this, just as we took the time out to watch these videos every week and to share them, that made the light shine a little brighter. Barbara and Lincoln did the emails every week for the Wednesday meeting, made the light shine a little brighter. All of us have within us this light. All we have to do is open it up, be aware that we have it, and let it shine. We just don't know which dark tunnel that our attitude and our personality and our consciousness, which dark tunnel that might throw some light into. Many times we're not even aware that we're lighting someone's way. I am so excited. Things aren't going to return to normal here at Church of the Oaks. I promise you, they aren't going to be the same old way. We're going to work more at it. We're going to increase our awareness, elevate our consciousness, learn to understand what that awareness means to each one of us, to our fellow man, to this planet. And people are going to see and feel this light. I'm sure of it. I'm so excited. I look forward to seeing the light in your eyes, the light in your energy as you walk through this door 2 weeks from today. And my friends, you have been the light in my sometimes pretty dark tunnel over this last year. I have a friend who listens to all of the messages, and I was talking to her and she said, you know, your message was pretty good, Pat, but you're starting to sound like a grumpy old man. Glad she said that. We can all be a grumpy old man from time to time. But sure enough of the stuff to make us grumpy, unless we choose to be otherwise, till we choose to let the light shine, feel the light, see the light, and spread the light. Well, I've said what I came to say this morning. And I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's keep on shining, all of us. And so it is. And so it shall be. Thank you.